Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, I have a little message in a minute when you've all joined me, but I'll wait for you all to join me. A little thing that I've just wanted to tell you about. Nothing exciting. So, are you going to be joining me? I'm sure you are. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, but I got here eventually. Hello there, Rebecca. Hello. Right, I tell you what, my public service message for today. Right, I'm very good at cleaning my brushes. I've got one of those things. Hello, Stacey. I've got one of those things that whizzes your brushes around. I'm very good. I'm very good at spraying. I try and keep all my makeup stuff, polish things down. I try and keep them all clean and well. Hello, Gaynor. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Sharon Akrak. I've not seen you here before. Welcome. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Bushra. So, welcome. Okay. So I keep all my things really clean, or so I thought. And today I had my magnifying mirror and I was brushing up my brows as you do, and I thought, hang on, I'm getting foundation on my brows. You can see there's no, and I looked at the spoolie brush and it was disgusting. And it's the one thing that I never thought about cleaning, right? So that's my public service message. Honestly, you do not want to see the tissue that I used to clean it with. It was gross, right? It had old foundation on it and everything. And I was brushing that into my brows, right? So that's my public service message. Is I'm sure you're all very good at keeping your brushes clean, but don't forget your spoolie brush. Honestly, just take a tissue to it and do that. I think I was going to show you the tissue, but I thought you would just, it shock horror, the amount of old foundation, because you get foundation in your brows as you're putting your foundation on. Then you brush your brows and it all goes into the spoolie, and it was disgusting. So that's my tip today. Don't forget, have a look at your spoolie, get a tissue to it and wind it round, and you will be astonished at what comes off your spoolie brush. And look, my brows are like 3 shades darker as a result of brushing them with a clean spoolie. So that's my message to you all. Let me just say hello. Honestly, I was disgusted. I was absolutely disgusted. Yeah, honestly, go and look at your spoolies after this and go and clean them. Right. Hello, right, well, I'll say hello again. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Stacey. Hello, Gaynor. Oh, you stayed up for me, honey. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Bushra. Hello, Robin. Hello, Maria. Hello, Sunshine. Hello, Jill. Hello, Jess. You need this today. I need it today too. Now I'm terrified to see my spoolies. You will be. Just go and look at them. It is really disgusting. Hello, Tria. Hello. Again, hello, Bushra. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. My camera's a bit further away, so I'm doing this. Right, okay. Now, I thought today, I've got my foundation on. Little story today. I had an appointment at 9 o'clock this morning, right, for a shoe fitting. And as I said to Stacey yesterday, nothing exciting, not being fitted for Jimmy Choos or anything. These are my boring black medical shoes. But I need them, and I need them badly because the other ones are collapsing in and, can barely walk in them. Anyway, so I had an appointment at 9 o'clock and I was going to get ready, and I literally had about 10 minutes when I came down, after getting dressed, and my other half said to me, haha, you're going to put your makeup on? Knowing that I only had 10 minutes. I said, listen, I can put my makeup on in 2 minutes flat, because he sees me taking ages in the afternoon, just doing a full face. And I came out and said, see? This, by the way, is the Tom Ford True Coral in metallic, but I've discovered that when you dot it on, it just comes out a really beautiful rose gold. It's really nice. Anyway, I've got some more hellos. I just bought a new brow pencil and spoolie from Lidl. It's lovely with Ali. Oh, so you should see some of my shoes. Oh, they get so... What happened is that they made me some shoes in London, and I have to say, the orthotics guy here is more experienced. Maybe he's not more experienced, but he talks to you and asks and respects the fact that I've had these feet for 50 years. I've had problems with my feet for 50 years, and therefore I'm going to know what I need and what I don't need. Whereas the guy in London, he used to turn his back on me and discuss me with his colleague as though I wasn't there, right? Which, apart from being incredibly rude, meant he never really found out whether they were working or not and if they were right. And he didn't encourage me to talk to him. This guy does. And I said to him, they're really, I can't balance in them. I can't walk in them. And he goes, I can immediately see why. He said, the soles are too narrow for your foot. So my foot is quite deformed. And so what it's doing is it's turning in and I'm tilting over because the sole is that depth. And my foot is about twice as wide as the sole. So I'm just going like that. So anyway, so he sorted me out with, I had a fitting this morning, but I've been in a lot of pain the last couple of days. Not moaning about it, but just letting you know. So I'm kind of... Anyway, but I did manage to get my makeup on in 5 minutes. Excuse me a minute. My nose needs a wipe. Right, that's better. So I put my foundation on, done my brows, as you can see, and I thought today I would do the look that people have been asking me about, which is a look that I did on my, where I was testing the Flawless setting spray with the Urban Decay, and people said, I want a tutorial on that. So I thought I'd do that today. Your feet do that too. It's so rude. It is rude, but you see that some people, they get caught up in being experts, and they really don't realise that when you've lived with a disability all your life, actually you can learn so much from the patient, because we become expert patients. We know about our condition and what works and what doesn't. Now, Bushra said something, and you saw it too, but it's so expensive. Did anyone buy the new CT? Yes, I did. I bought them both. There's 2 shades. It's on the way, and they have said expedited delivery, so I should be getting it. I think it was too late for next day, because they've now got the cut-off point at 12, which is fair enough. And I ordered it at 3 yesterday, so it should be coming tomorrow. So as soon as I get those, I'll do a first impression. Yes, and there's 2 shades. But if you stick with me, I'll get that first impression out as soon as I can tomorrow. Okay? There's only 2 shades, yeah, and they're Pillow Talk shades. There's a deeper one and a lighter one. And I love cream blushes. So I just thought, and you're all waiting to see the colours, and it's something new, so I got them both. Right. Now, let's do this look. Now, I did this look last week with... I set down some primer, because when you've got olive skin, Tria, I know that there's some paler people as well with olive skin, but Tria, for you particularly, because your skin tone's quite close to mine. When you've got sort of Asian skin tone with olive undertones, and you put blue on and greens on, they can often change colour. And other undertones as well, but blues and greens can often end up looking all sorts of different colours once you shear them out on your eyes, and it's because you've got yellow undertone. Okay, so when I do blues and greens, I always put down a kind of primer, and not a kind of eyeshadow primer, but I like to use, as you know, these colour chameleons. Now, I used 2 colour chameleons for this look. In case you don't remember the look that I'm talking about, it was the kind of peacock green and blue look. Right, now, one of the colour chameleons, she doesn't sell anymore. And I had to really sharpen it, right, because it's very old. It's something I got in one of her magic mystery boxes. And it is a matte blue. And it was called Enchanting Indigo. But she doesn't sell it anymore. And actually, when I sharpened it down, it's fine. But I did have to sharpen it quite a bit. But I thought, well, if I'm going to show you this today, I can't show you it using a product that she no longer does. The other one she does, the other one that I used was Smoky Emerald, which is for hazel eyes. And that one she still sells. Okay, that's the green. But she doesn't sell that one. So I kind of went on a hunt and I found something even more spectacular than that. And this, ladies, was £8. And if you put this on as a base, even if you're not using the green one and you're just doing a blue look, this is the perfect base. Look at that colour. Cobalt blue. Even if you want to put it on your own, when you put this on, if you've got brown eyes, right? If you've got brown eyes, this is going to make them look. It's going to bring out the brown in your eyes. It is just beautiful. Look at that. That's a kind of more smoky blue, but this, really vibrant. Now, when I then go and put, I'll show you, this blue palette over the top, it is stunning. Now, this is, Tria, this is, you know Nails Inc? They've got makeup line, Inc.Redible. So I'll put the details below. INC and then Redible. Inc.Redible. Can you see that? Right. Now, they do a makeup line, and this is one of their pots. The other pots are, I got 3 because they had 3 for 2. I haven't got the others next to me. But it came in a little bag like this. There you go. So look, you can see, they look a bit like Pat McGrath when they come in the bag. That's the name. All right. And the shade is Dose of Ego. The other ones are pressed powders, but this is a cream, right? This is a cream, and it is so vibrant, the blue. Now, I was going to just show you. If you then use that, it ain't going to budge, right? It's difficult to take off once it's set. But if I put this pop shade over the top of that, it just perfect. And if I put that there, look at that, right? And then I've got my yellow undertone to contend with and everything else. So it sort of looks a bit grey blue, doesn't it? It doesn't really look that vibrant. But use that as a base and bam. Right? You can put the gold over, bam. You know, it just is really good at helping your makeup to stick. So I just need a wipe. So I'm going to use that today instead, because this did really help using this one. But you can't buy it anymore. And it doesn't make it pop as well as that. Look at that next to, that's nice. That's, woo! So I'm going to use that. And as I say, on Look Fantastic at the moment, they've got an offer on 3 for 2 of these. The other 2 are pressed powders, but they like toppers, really nice. There's a gold and there's a kind of more silvery one that's really nice and nice popped over this. And you get 3 for 2. So you can get 3 for £16. So I'm so glad that I had to hunt for something And I was looking for pencils, but I couldn't find a blue pencil nowhere. Well, I was looking on Inc.Redible and they just didn't have blue. And I do have one blue, but it's sort of, it's darker and it's got shimmer in it. This is perfect. So I'm going to show you what I did. So basically I just got my fingers and I wanted to do a kind of blue going into green, if you remember. And then in the middle, because the blue and green mix, it kind of looks a bit teal in between. So what I did is I got my colour chameleon, but today I'm going to use this. And I just stuck this. And when you see this on its own, you'll see it's really pretty on its own if you've got brown eyes. Just watch how it brings the brown out in my eyes, because it's a contrast. It's opposite to brown on the colour wheel, but it's so vibrant as a blue that it... Can you see how it makes them look browner? There they look a bit dark. There it's like I've got brown eyes. As I said to Rebecca yesterday, don't it make my blue eyes brown? So I'll just put some of that on one half of my lids. And once you set this down, the blue is going to stay looking blue and the green is going to stay looking green. You can really shear this out, but I'm being greedy. I want it to be wham blue. Wham, wham, bam blue. Let me just get a smudge brush. Smudge brush, please. Oh, I got everything but my brushes out, did I? Or are they here? I think they're on the table already. You could just put that over your entire lid and it would look lovely. Just going to take some of that under the eye and link it up. It's going to look weird for a moment, but this is so worth doing the prep, because then when you use the palettes, it just works really well. And then I'm going to take the colour Chameleon in Smoky Emerald and put that on the other half of my lid. And I'm going to slightly overlap them and blend those into one another in a minute. So at the moment, it's going to look a bit crazy, but it won't. And then just blend that in with my fingers and push it into the blue. Now, I just realised that I used the old Rebel palette to do the look the other day with that green, but I'm going to use the new Rebel. So it looks slightly different, but there's no point showing it you're using a palette that none of you can get. Now, and the new Rebel will be fine. That will work equally as well. Okay, so you've got your kind of blue, green, and then a little bit of merging in between. And then you literally pick up the blue pop and wham over the top. It's actually really easy to do this, and it looks like you spent hours on your makeup. And then other side, obviously. Now, it may not be as vibrant because the green in the new Rebel is not as vibrant green as the one I use, but it will still, I think it still look nice. It's just I used the original green, which was kind of a real bright green. That is not the original Rebel. That's, I've picked out, for some reason, I've got Desert Haze out. I'm going to use the original Rebel because that is within reach. The other ones are up somewhere else. But you can do this with the new Rebel, okay? But I just don't want to get up and go and get that other palette because I'm achy. And I got everything else ready. Right, where's my palettes? My other palettes, here they are. I meant to show you, I got a delivery today of some new things and they're in the other room. But I got some brushes, some Luxie brushes. I got my contouring set and I also got a peachy primer from Smashbox that colour corrects. But I'll show you that on another video, or I'll do another live maybe at the weekend. But I'm going to look for my original Rebel. Original Rebel. Have you noticed also that Charlotte has now changed all her Walk of Shame products to Walk of No Shame? I think there was a bit of controversy about the name and about kind of empowering women. So she's now changed, and I'm going to do a little video about all the name changes because she's changed a lot. I need that, Ali. What is it you need? That eyeshadow. How much is the postage? On look fantastic. It depends. If you order a certain amount, it's free. And I think I've always reached the threshold when I've bought stuff for free postage. So I'm not sure about that, Stacey. Their Walk of No Shame. Yes, the blue pots. I'm not sure, but I'll have a look later. But I don't think it's a lot. I think it's something like £2.99, something like that for the postage. Right, so I'm going to take, sorry, the original Rebel. But as I said, you can see that this is more like this khaki colour is more like the new Rebel colour. So it will work. But I'm going to take this bright green and I'm just, again, going to take it with my fingers. And it's a bit like that method I showed you of, in Ask Ali, of the question that Rebecca asked me about the kind of ombre. Now, you see where they meet? It becomes turquoise. And that's the clever thing, because it then makes it look like you spent ages. If you push the blue over and you push the green over, then what you got in the middle is turquoise. But you haven't used a third shadow. It's just... And if you've got any colours that when you mix them make a new colour and you do this, it just looks like you've spent hours doing something when actually you've dipped your finger in a shadow and stuck it over some pencil. And that's literally all you're doing. You see, now I'm looking at it and thinking, yeah, that's fine, but I want... There's a bit too much of a line there, so I'll just go and get my blue. The blue I was using on that side, and I'll just stick that in the middle, like that. And then, right, there's more turquoise that side, so let me just put a bit more blue in the middle there. And you just play around until both sides kind of link up. And now when you look at that, it looks like, oh look, she spent 3 hours on the makeup. Maybe it doesn't look like that, but... And then I just took the smoke shade from the blue palette with a smudge brush and went over that blue line at the bottom, and then take it up into a little triangle. Don't worry about the start line. We're going to be dealing with that in a minute. Because they do stick a bit, these shadows, so they do need blending out a bit at the top. And then this side, and again up into that little triangle. And you've got your... Now, then what I did, and I forgot to write this down, is I go to my trusted transition shade. Oh, before I do that, let me just... I want to take that colour chameleon in the green and just put some of that this side. Just lightly, because I don't want it too dark. As I get towards the centre of the eye, I don't, because then it becomes a little bit too smoky. Like that. And then I cover that with the bright green. So it's like it's reflecting the same colour underneath as above. There's my green. And mixing them again in the middle will give me a bit of a turquoise. Teal. Whatever you want to call it. So again, just taking that light green. Right, then what you need, and you know I've talked about this shade before. You don't have to go and buy this shade. It is a good shade to have in your kit. It's definitely one I use a lot, and it's Kid by MAC. But it's a shade like this. If you've got the Sophisticate palette, I think the Enhanced shade is like that. But you want a good transition shade that looks like that. It's sort of almost skin coloured. So when you swatch it, it looks like skin. So most palettes, a lot of bigger palettes have got a kind of transition-y shade in. If you want a good one, MAC Kid. I made this palette up myself, by the way. You can't buy this palette as it is. I bought them all individually. Bought one of these palettes to put them in. And then I got my sticker machine and put all the names on the outside. Because they were all shades that I used a lot. So I thought rather than have a palette with 3 shades that I don't use, I made up my own. And look, I've got them on the back as well. So you can buy Kid separately, but that is a really good transition shade. Soft brown is a little bit warmer. That can be a good transition shade as well. So then you just take Kid, and with a blending brush you just start blending, because it's skin shade. I might have to do a bit of pushing as well, because both the green pencil and blue pencil and the eyeshadows are quite sticky. So this is the only bit that really takes any time, which is kind of just taking your brush by the end and giving it a good wiggle, so that you're just blending that out at the top, so that you don't have any harsh lines. And you just sort of get it in there and just give it a good wiggle. Anywhere that you see, oh, bit of harsh line there, and it just helps to blend it out so that when you look at it, can you see there you got harsh line, there you haven't. It's the reason I recommend that kid shadow is I think it's always good to have a really good transition shade, a single one in your kit somewhere, because not all palettes have very good transition shades. There's one in Charlotte Darling. I always dig into it because it looks like a transition shade, but it then turns out to be too warm and brown and browny orange, and it looks terrible. It's fine to put on the lids, but it's not a transition shade. So it's always good to have one separately because you'll get good use out of it. And with the Pro palette shades, by the way, you can get them like as in a thing ready to put in one of these Pro palettes, or you can get one that's about £2 more, the same shade, but it's actually in a little tiny compact with a, I don't know if it's got a mirror, but no, it's not got a mirror, but it's in a compact and it's already in the thing, a single one of these. So but you see how that just helps you blend it out into nothing. Anywhere you've got a line, you just find it and give your brush a wiggle and you're done. And that's it. And then I just took my blue and green, should never be seen, under the waterline, and just because I was feeling in a fun mood, I put blue this side. I mean, you could stick with one shade. I put blue that side and I put green the other. Or you could just stick with one. Right, I'm going to come and look at some of your comments. So I'm too busy gassing again, as usual. I know my faults, and I definitely talk too much. So this is the metallic green. Mix it a little bit in the middle. And then what I did, excuse me, I'm going to need hay fever, and people are cutting lawns and all sorts here at the moment. So it's making me a bit sniffly. It's not a fault. Yeah, you should, sometimes it can be. It's great if you've got a channel, but it's not so great if you're supposed to be listening to someone. Right, now, yes, and then what I did is I took a black liquid liner and I used the La Roche Posay one because this is really good if you've got sensitive eyes. I'm not sure if whether the formula's any better than any others, but for me, the reason it really helps is because it is a brush and it's really wet. You hardly have to touch it at all to actually get a really dense pigment. So you're not, sometimes just the movement of pressing on the eyes can just start your eyes watering. And this doesn't, because you just don't have to do anything. You just touch the lid and it's on. Just concentrating for a minute. One side. That side never looks as well because the angle you get one side. Have you noticed that when you're doing your tiny little flick, one side never comes out? Now, I'll let that dry, and then what I did is I got my classic black pencil, which I love, from Charlotte Tilbury, and while that was drying, I just tight lined the top. I was watching Lisa Eldridge. I almost don't tight line. It's sort of getting just under the lashes and kind of wiggling the pencil between them so that you're coming in at them from underneath. Okay, so, but then what I did is that's given it a chance to dry. Now, you know, if you're of a certain age, which I certainly am, and your eyelids are not they're not nice and tight anymore, like the youngsters, that they open their eyes and it looks like that, but we've got saggy skin. What you find is when your liquid dries, it kind of looks a bit like that. And that's when I go along with my Charlotte pencil and I just go trace along where I've done that line and fill in any gaps. It just stops it looking like skippy, like you've got a skippy line. And here, you see, it's all sort of skippy. And I love this pencil. I've used it so much since I got it. This only came out recently from Charlotte Tilbury, but it is so soft and so black. And I definitely prefer it to the Rock and Coals. I find it doesn't actually irritate. I think the Rock and Coals irritate my eyes a bit, but look, it's really soft. I'm just doing that now so that you can see. It's soft. It just gives a really... It almost doesn't feel like a powder pencil. I'm sure she's updated the formula because it's perfect. I love this one. Really love it. And I can rarely find my bedroom black because I rarely use it. I either use a liquid or I use this one now. And then I'll do the mascara while I look at all of you have been, right. You hear a lot of people talk about the kid shade. It is a perfect transition shade. Ali seems to be able to wear any colour of eyeshadow. I could not pull off that look. Oh, I bet you could. It's all about confidence. All about confidence. The 3 Centres multi-layer pots, they come in 6 shades on Yes Style. You're so skilled, Ali. It's great to watch. Thank you. Anyone else doing their face along with Ali? Yes, is anyone else doing their face? Are you doing yours, Maria? She's very skilled, like a professional. Thank you. Ali can make a great look from anything. You're never on the express checkout. No, that's probably it. I'd be the same. I'd love to work in a checkout. I've always said that. But no one would ever get through because I'd be jabbering away to them. I feel that's good. I feel better now. Better late than never. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Last week I got here just as Ali was saying goodbye. Oh, no. Shahina. Oh, hello, Shahina. I got the Aldi version of the face halos. They're brilliant. Oh, they brought out their version. Oh. Now, let me get this. Oh, I tell you what else I got. Because I did win a bit of money a couple of days. Not a huge amount, but a little bit to treat myself. I got myself a slip silk face mask. You know, like the eye mask that Charlotte bought out at Christmas. They've got face masks. But it is probably a bit of an indulgence because you've got to wash them each time you wear them. So, but be kind to your face and everything. And it's got a lipstick sign on it. And I still haven't got on and made those masks. I've got the Ali M's Beauty material. I've got to get on and start making some masks for you all. And then what I did for the cheeks is I used the Natasha Denona blush, the corally one, this one. I'm just going to use my bronzer brush. I like putting blushes on with big bronzer brushes. Don't know why. Probably should be a thinner one, but... Oh, peachy blush is good with this. Something like First Love. If you into Charlotte Tilbury, First Love blush would work perfectly with this look because it's part of the Rebel look and it's quite similar. It's kind of a just introduced blue. And then for the lips, I thought Very Victoria, but I don't want them to be too pale. And Very Victoria can sometimes be a little bit too pale for me, just a little bit. So what I did, I need to take this off first. This smidgen of Tom Ford's True Coral. Is I used Hollywood Honey. Dry down, dry down. Which is slightly darker. And then I put Very Victoria on top of that. It's really difficult when you've got blue eye makeup on to get a kind of lipstick that goes with it because you have to go for quite neutrally pink one. Valentine goes really well with this look, as would Penelope Pink. And then because the eyes are quite sharp, I finished off. She said, "Where is it? Where is it? I brought the stuff to the table." I know I did. I did. I'm sure I did. Where is it? What have I done with it? With my contour wands. But what did I do? I brought them to the table. What am I like? Where are you? Where are you, contour ones? Excuse me a minute. I'm going to put my glasses on and have a look. I am sure I brought them to the table. Because it does need a bit of contour in this look. There they are. Right in front of me. Just couldn't see without my glasses on. I want to hear from you all later at what your spoolie brushes were looking like when you went to clean them. Mine was gross. It really was gross. I did actually think I'm going to come on and show you the piece of tissue. And I thought, no, you'll never watch me again. It was so gross. So, Shahina, I don't think you were here at the beginning. Clean your spoolie brushes. I should have got my new contour brush for this, shouldn't I? It's in the other room. My other half saw some makeup arriving this morning. He said, how many faces have you got, girl? This is medium to dark. I have got light to medium. Which works. When this came out, I asked Charlotte Tilbury which one I should get. I told them my foundation shade and they said light to medium. And then when they brought out all the demonstrations of it, it was showing these really pale models and putting medium to dark on them. So the advice they give doesn't follow with what they actually do on the models. I think if you like a really subtle contour, then get light to medium. And if you like a bit more of a contour, or you want to slim your face down or whatever, then get the medium to dark, regardless of what your skin tone is. This is perfect for nose contouring. This end of the Hollywood contour Hollywood contour brush. And then I always do this. Pinch your nose, because your contour should go up. Don't do it down. Don't blend it down. Blend it up towards the tip of your nose. So the best way to do that is to pinch your nose. And then finish off with a bit of Beauty Light Wand. I think this look, because the eyes are quite strong, needs a bit more of a contour to carry it off. Oh, look, I've put it on the tip of my nose. I never do that normally. And this is perfect for this. Because it actually, because of the cream formula, it actually looks like the skin in there. Powders don't. And then if you want, just put a tiny speck right in the middle of the lid. And that's it. That's the look. I feel like I need some lip gloss though. Shall I put some lip gloss on? It's not as cool toned as I thought it looked on the website, but nothing from Charlotte ever is. Charlotte's stuff always looks cool toned, and everybody says, when you look at the reviews, this looked like a cool pink, and what I've got is a peachy tawny brown. And I don't know what it is about her photography, but it's so far off a lot of the time. It really is. And I mean, considering the company and their size, you know, my camera, I think, gives more realistic pictures than hers. And I don't understand why it always... I got totally confused with the new lipsticks at what they were going to look like on me. When in doubt, just use your fingers. They are very emollient, these shades, and difficult to blend out. So they can sometimes be a bit of a pain to blend out. Right, let me get some lip gloss. Lip gloss, lip gloss. I feel like I need some lip gloss. Put that there. Right. I might do a collagen lip bath. What's that one? What is that one? Is that peachy plump? Where's the colour? Oh, is that the original? That's the original. Let's have peachy plump. But are they nice? Do you like them then? So we've got somebody who's already got the blush. Stacey, the new blush shades are like stains. I have to say, I bought them, but I feel a bit... This is going to sound silly, but I found I felt a little bit disloyal to my good friend Daniel Sandler, because no one does blushes like him, and his cream blushes are fantastic, and I don't think they're likely to come anywhere near. If you want some really good blushes, go to Daniel Sandler's website, because his watercolour blushes and his watercolour cremes, and he used to do the cream ones. I don't know if he's got them now, just like the ones, you know, like as Charlotte's ones are, coming in a compact, but he's also got the ones in the tube, and the ones in the tube are lovely. I'll show you one actually. That's with peachy plump over the top. That's better. Are the new CT blushes on the website? Yes, they are, I think. Are they? That yesterday you had to get in with a link, and I didn't have the link. I found it somehow. I went to somebody's review, some PR review, and then followed that. But I think they are today. Coral Kiss is darker than I thought it would be. Well, if anyone's holding off until tomorrow, I will swatch them both as soon as they get here tomorrow. If they get They might get here this afternoon. But I don't think they will. But I definitely, if they come tomorrow, I will swatch both shades for you. And I'll swatch them on my lips. I'll swatch them on the inside of my arm. And so that if you're fair skin, the inside of my arm is a lot fairer than my face. So you can see it if you've got fairer skin. Let me show you before I go and before I chat to you all. Let me show you, because I think I've got one in here, a Daniel Sandler blush. This is, I think, the one that I've got in my makeup bag, which I normally carry with me everywhere, is one he actually sent me. I did a review on his when they came out, and I said, oh, I'm going to save up and get the berry one, and he sent it me. He's lovely. He's such a lovely man. This is the one that, but actually this turned out to be the best one on me. This is called, the shade's name's come off it. It's because I use it so much. It's berry. I think it's something berry. So you get a little tube like that, and you can use that on your lips and your cheeks. Let me just put it on. I know it probably doesn't go with this look, but it doesn't matter too much because they're so natural. It doesn't really matter. So that's the berry colour. And this actually, when you put this on your lips, if you dab it on to more than a stain, it looks very like Walk of Shame on the lips. And I actually prefer these to the watercolours. The watercolours, I just find they're all right, but they're just a bit more tricky to work with because it's a liquid. Whereas with the cream, they're just a lot easier to kind of, you only need a really tiny amount. They're just easier to work in. And they just don't look like you've got blusher on. They just look like your skin. So definitely, if you're into cream blushes and you're not keen on the Charlotte Tilbury ones, look at Daniel's site. These are £16.50, I think. And they're very good. This one comes in 4 shades. So this is the darkest shade he does. And there's one called, so I'll show you that colour again. There's one called Mango, which is a bright orange. But again, it looks, oh, but when you've dabbed it into your face, it doesn't, it looks a bit scary orange, but it's not. And then there's one called Petal, which is just beautiful. And there's one that's for really fair skin that I didn't get. But they are really, and they look lovely on the lips as well. They work really nice on the lips. So I've done my plug for Daniel. I feel less guilty now about buying Charlotte's, because I just feel like that's his speciality. He wouldn't mind. It wouldn't worry him. He knows I love him anyway. But I just feel like that's his speciality, his blushes. And he's so good at them that, right, let's just have a chat with you all now. Coral Kiss. Oh, yes. I wondered what Coral Kiss was that you were all talking about. Yes, that's one of the that she's changed the name for, Coachella Coral. Yeah, it's quite a fair coral, isn't it? It's not. It's a lot lighter than True Coral by Tom Ford. I would say it's a pinkier coral. We all need lottery wins. Daniel's green velvet eyeliner is great. That his eyeliners, when I put his eyeliners on my lower waterline, they're the only ones that you know how they crease up here in the corner? They're the only ones that don't do it. They're great. His makeup is such good quality. And someone once said to me, why is it that I've not heard of him before? And the thing is that there's one reason is because he doesn't spend all his money on marketing. It's like, you know, that he hasn't got adverts and whatever. But he is so, he's such an artist and he's so passionate about his art. If you tag him and say, I'm not sure if this is the right shade for me, what do you think at Daniel Sandler Personal? He will respond to you and he'll give you a recommendation, regardless of who you are, whether you're Joe Blogs or, you know, Pat McGrath asking him, he will respond to you. He's just, because he's so passionate about his makeup. And those of us that are of a certain age remember what a big deal Daniel Sandler was. Like, he still is, but he used to, I think he used to do stuff on This Morning television. He made up, I'm pretty certain of this, about 95% certain of this. No, I'm pretty sure of this. He made up Jade Goody on her wedding day. You know, when she had no hair and she was dying, he did her makeup. He's done some real famous people in the past. He's very skilled, very talented man. And he just doesn't spend thousands of pounds on advertising his products, which means that you get them at a reasonable price. And that blush, I tell you, £16.50, it's going to last you forever. Because the amount you have to use. A green panda. CT's green liner makes me look like a green panda eyes after 4 hours. Yeah, her eyeliners do a bit, I'm afraid. They do look pretty, but his don't move. Definitely go and check out his site. Oh, and his aqua one as well. His aqua liner is really, I use that a lot. Ali, have you reviewed your SkinCeuticals? No, I haven't. I'm going to do it. I'll tell you, I'll give you a bit of a spoiler alert. It was working really well and you could really see a difference on the before and after photos. And then the sun came out. And even though I was wearing sunscreen, I started getting all spots again, even though I was using it. And it kind of, I'm glad that I waited, because I think I'd have come on and gone, look at my skin, and everyone would have gone, wow, like that. And then the next week, I had all brown spots back again, even with sunscreen. But I have to say, I do think it's helped a lot, and it's helped me not react as much to the sun. But I think I'm going to be giving a more balanced review. And also, there are things in the pack that I got that I love, absolutely love, and there are other things that I wouldn't purchase again. So I think in terms of buying the box, the set, again, spoiler alert, I wouldn't be recommending the whole box, but there's certain products in it that I will. So that will be coming soon. I'll try and do it this week, actually. Now you've reminded me. And I'll put in my before. I've been taking lots of photographs ever since I started using it. And they were remarkable. They still are, but it was a shame that it all cleared, almost like it looked remarkable. And then the sun came out and I started to get them back again, even though I was using sun protection, you know, so I think I've just got that skin that just responds to the sun. Even when I've got factor 50 on, I'm spraying my face, topping up, got a big floppy hat. I will just go out in the sun and react to it, you know. Show the paper crisping up. Ali showing the paper crisping up was great. Thank you, Rebecca. And you know, that was so coincidental. It was just that I suddenly noticed the paper that I'd sprayed. But, you know, I know everybody guessed the Aldi setting spray, but I've been using that this week. Talking of setting spray, let's use a bit of Charlotte's. Because if it hadn't been for the fact that my eyes were watering and I did have a bit of a blubber as well, and Charlotte's did crease a bit where my eyes were watering as well. If it wasn't for that, you really couldn't tell any difference between the two. Although it felt, the Lacura Aldi one feels a little bit more like the Urban Decay, a little bit more hairspray-y. But for $3.99 for 120 mils, and you want to keep your makeup on as an everyday thing, not perhaps going out or for a wedding, it's perfect. I'm just going to put some of Charlotte's. Now, a lot of people, not a lot of people, a few people, as predicted, and I said it myself in the video, said I put too much Urban Decay on. And I did, I admit it, by the way. But I put a lot of Charlotte's on, and I could literally spray that whole bottle of Charlotte's on my face, and it wouldn't look sticky. So I'm glad that I did it, really, because I wanted to highlight what the difference was between the two. If you overspray Urban Decay, your face is going to be a sticky mess. Whereas if you overspray this, nothing is going to happen. Look, I can do another. I won't go too mad, because this is only a travel size, and I don't want to run out before she releases a full size. But you could just spray this and spray this and spray this and spray this, and your skin is looking wet now, but it's not sticky at all. So, whereas Urban Decay, you can really easily overdo it, and you probably could with Aldi as well, and to a point where your face feels like a bit of glue. So, that's what I like about this one. It feels like, this feels like you're spraying it with MAC Fix Plus. Now, MAC Fix Plus is very good at kind of refreshing your skin and moulding all the stuff together and making your face look glowy. But it's not going to do anything to keep your makeup on longer. And I think they got into a lot of trouble because they call it Fix Plus. People think it's going to fix their makeup on, but it's not. It's just a mist. There's nothing in it that will fix your makeup on and make it last all day. I don't know why they call it Fix Plus. They should call it something else, MAC, because it's very misleading. It's a very good spray, and it really does, if you've finished your makeup, it'll merge your powder into your foundation and help it all melt together and look really lovely. But it is not going to stop your foundation being make it transfer resistant or stop it coming off or make it waterproof. It's not going to do any of that. They're calling it a setting spray. Yeah, it's the word Fix Plus. It's very misleading. Yeah, that's good. MAC setting spray. That's better than Fix Plus. Probably due to the complaints they've had. The good thing about Urban Decay, though, is if you were getting married or you were going to an event, or like when I was on stage, and you know that your face is going to sweat on stage, like you're often under, when I used to sing, you're under sort of hot lights, you're going to sweat, whatever. You put Urban Decay on and you know it's going nowhere. and your foundation isn't going to run or anything. You know, it's just you feel that security. You don't feel that security with Charlotte's, but it is there. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't feel like it's done anything more than MAC would do, but it has. Yeah, and their primers are very good, Urban Decay. And the other one, I don't actually have it, but makeup artist told me to get their eyeshadow primer. I have got one of them, which has got a shimmer to it. But she said, no, don't get that. Get the original one. She said, the ones they brought out since with different colours in them, she said, they're all right, but they're nowhere near as good as the original. So the original eye primer from Urban Decay is really good. Ah, right. I haven't tried the all-nighter primer, but today I'm wearing a Smashbox primer for the first time. I got one that's colour correcting, and it's got a slight peach tint to it. And it did take down some of my brown spots, because I took a photo and asked my sister to guess which side I was wearing it on. So I do that with my family now. It's not just you guys. Right, well, I suppose. Hello, Beauty. Is Beauty Horizon just arrived? Where is Beauty Horizon? I can't see Beauty Horizon. She's not showing up this end. Hello, Beauty Horizon. I didn't know that you joined because I cannot see anything from you here. Oh, there you are. Hi, Ali. Yes, I can. I tell a lie. Hello, Beauty Horizon. Have I missed anyone else that's joined? Because I hate it when I miss people that have joined. I've said hello to Sheena. Is there anyone else that I haven't said hello to? I've said hello to Sunshine. Tria. Ellie. I think I've said hello to anyone. If I've missed you out... Oh, yeah, Emma. The resting boss face. Oh, what is that? Huda's rest... No. Was that Huda setting spray? I've got that one. Did I do a video on it? If not, I can do one. Did I do one, Rebecca? Well, I've definitely got resting boss face, and it is mental. It is absolutely mental. It is like it will stick your... Yes, I will do that. That would definitely stick your makeup on like glue. Ah, I did. Okay, I'll link that video below. I'll find it. I'll go in and find it. Done so many, I've forgotten what I've done. And next time as well, I'll get that out and do it. But I tell you, when you spray your face, you go... because it is very hairspray-like. If you were to put Huda's foundation on and her primer and then use Resting Boss Face, your face would... I keep meaning to do a full face of Huda. I'll do that as well. So I'll do my SkinCeuticals and I'll do full face of Huda. And I still have got to do Rebecca's tag. There's so many things that I've made a note of. And can I don't know, Rebecca, have you done your video yet? Can I also just say to people, if you subbed to Rebecca, can you please check that you're still subbed with her, because she's been having issues with YouTube. Just not adding on her subs, or adding them on and then taking them away. So if you are subbed, if you're not subbed to Rebecca, then why not? And if you are subbed to Rebecca, then can you please check that you are still subbed to her, because YouTube has been doing crazy things and removing her subs. And her subs have been going down even though people haven't been unsubbing to her. So please check that you're still subscribed to Not Fit for Print. Okay? Yeah, please do, because it's very upsetting for her. And you know, you've worked so hard, Rebecca. YouTube, I don't know what they do sometimes. But anyway, if it wasn't for YouTube, we wouldn't be on there at all. So I suppose, but it just frustrates me because you can never get in contact with these people. And I want to get in contact with them about something. And I have no idea how to do it in any kind of meaningful way. It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, you're welcome, Rebecca. I wasn't sure if you'd put that video out or not yet, so I thought I'll just take that opportunity. Now, all of you have a lovely day. I hope you like my look, and I hope you can see how easy it is to do. You just need a blue pencil, a green pencil, use it as a primer, and then start pushing the two shadows together with your fingers. That's it. I'm going to put my glasses on now. Have a lovely day. And I will see you all very soon. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye. Mwah.